Would you let $80 a month hold you back from buying a home? A lot of buyers are stuck in that wait and see mode right now. They're watching rates hover a little above 6% and thinking, I'll buy once they hit the fives, because who doesn't want a better rate? But here's the thing, that 5.99% number might not save you as much as you think.
Affordability is still a challenge. There's no question about that. But the market has given savvy buyers a head start. Mortgage rates have already come down over the past few months, and the drop we've seen saves you more than you'd think.
How much you've already saved without realizing it. Rates peaked last year in May when they inched above 7%, but since then, they've been slowly declining. Now they're sitting in the low sixes, and while that might not sound like a big deal, that change translates to real dollars. According to data coming out of Redfin, the typical monthly payment on a $400,000 home has already come down almost $400 since last May.
That means if you're buying a home now, you're saving hundreds of dollars every month compared to what you would have been able to get earlier this spring. That's real money that makes a real difference for buyers who paused their plans because they thought homeownership was out of reach.
And while it may be tempting to wait even longer to see bigger savings, that's a gamble that could cost you. And here is why.
For starters, most experts say mortgage rates are likely to stay pretty much where we are today throughout 2026. So there's no guarantee we'll see a rate much lower than what we have now. Only one expert forecaster is saying rates could fall into the upper fives next year, and even if rates do dip below 6%, the extra savings you're holding out for won't move the needle as much as you might think.
So the real math behind the 5.99% rate, let's break it down. If rates come down to 5.99% from where they've been lately, that's a difference of only about $80 a month on average, give or take a bit based on your price point and the rate your lender quotes you. $80. That's it. For the typical family, that's about one dinner out or one dinner in if you have it delivered. That's not enough to change the game for most buyers. But the savings of nearly $400, we already have compared that to when you paused your search in the spring.
So the question to ask yourself is this: is an extra $80 savings really worth the wait? Because while you're holding out for that small dip, the bigger opportunity might be slipping away.
Right now, you have more homes to choose from. Sellers are ready to negotiate to get a deal done, and fewer buyers to compete with. Yes, not fewer buyers to compete with right now. But once rates fall below 6%, buyers' mindsets will all shift and all of that will change. The National Association of Realtors reports that if rates hit 6%, about 5.5 million more households will be able to afford the median priced home, even if only a small fraction of them decide to buy. That could mean hundreds of thousands of buyers getting back into the market. That creates more competition for you, which would push home prices even higher, maybe even high enough to cancel out that extra savings you were waiting for. So if you're waiting for rates to go below 6%, just keep in mind that extra $80 may not be worth it in the grand scheme of things.
Bottom line, you don't have to wait for 5.99%. You have the chance to move and save right now. So ask yourself, would you let $80 hold you back from buying a home?
If you find a home you love and the math makes sense, getting ahead may be the best strategy. So let's run the numbers so we can see what you're working with in our market.